Hey guys, it's your girl Ellena Supreme, and I am back with chapter 5. I figured I'd do it all in one day just because it's fresh on my mind. For one, a few disclaimers: nothing like owning the book. You definitely want to own the book. I own the audio version of it. So, one thing that I do have some connects with is whether you're going to buy the physical copy, a Kindle copy, or an audiobook copy. I know a way you can get cash back for that spending for free. So definitely hit my inbox, Ellena inquiries at gmail.com, and I will get back to you within 24 hours. Also, if you love all things beauty, I'm a firm believer that beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. And I remind myself and others of just that with my Beauty from the Inside Out class, where we cover skincare, cosmetics, health, inspiration, and everything else above. So you definitely don't want to miss out on that because there is limited seating, but it's a very exclusive situation, and while it's still free, you definitely want to check out the link in the bio there where it says Beauty from the Inside Out class. Okay, so with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, chapter 5. I feel like I'm losing all my notes. It could be because it's 3 o'clock in the morning. The 4 pillars of manhood: transparency, security, loyalty, and courage. Can you communicate like a man? He talks about immature relationships and how it's all a facade on hiding behind someone's pain. So women can be passive aggressive while men are dismissive. And so all that does is make women more upset. Like, come on, bro, like I just talked to you about that, right? And that's why immature relationships argue frequently. Men may feel like women should be more logical when it comes to feelings, or feel like they shouldn't have to read your mind. But communication works both ways. Be willing to uplift your partner in areas that they're flawed in. Don't just dismiss her. So, do you keep it real? I mean, really keep it real, like with yourself. When you have a thought, do you keep it real with that? You know, do you have honesty in your opinions? Is there honesty in your opinions? I love what he kind of made examples of a couple of relationships he had been in, but one thing that really stood out to me was, I don't know why, it just really stood out to me, but so he was dating this girl and he just never wanted to call her girlfriend. And why is that? It's just because he didn't think that she looked that good to be called a girlfriend. And so he, he was just saying, sex was great, she was funny, like all of that, all those other things, they were good, but if he was being honest with himself, he couldn't come to the solution of settling down with someone that he didn't truly find attractive. And that's being honest. That is being honest. Like, I wish I was thinking of that when I was younger. At least now, I definitely think of that. Not just the looks or anything like that, but just being honest with myself. Because you gotta be honest. You gotta deal with you 24/7, night, weekends, whenever. There's no breaks. Even in your sleep, there's no breaks. So be honest with yourself. Why do people stay in places that they don't want to be with? Why do you not find a solution for yourself? change that. You have the power to change that. Being able to think before you act is called clarity of thought. I love what he kind of made examples of a couple of relationships he had been in, but one thing that really stood out to me was, I don't know why, it just really stood out to me, but so he was dating this girl and he just never wanted to call her girlfriend. And why is that? It's just because he didn't think that she looked that good to be called a girlfriend. He was just saying, you know, sex was great, she was funny, like all of that, all those other things, they were good, but if he was being honest with himself, he couldn't come to the solution of settling down with someone that he didn't truly find attractive. And that's being honest. You gotta be honest. You gotta deal with you 24/7, night, weekends, whenever. There's no breaks. Even in your sleep, there's no breaks. So be honest with yourself. Being able to think before you act is called clarity of thought. So why do you think like that? You know, it's good to find out what kind of reasonings that you have in mind, because it's going to prepare you for having a voice of reason and having the right words when it comes to confrontation with your partner, okay? And just in general, if you have a partner where you constantly are arguing with one another, like let's say that your partner has an insecurity and they believe that they don't trust you because they have an insecurity from their last relationship, so they feel like, you know what are you doing, why you ain't call me back, da 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 da. And that's something that maybe you just can't deal with. You know, ask if you could talk first without interruption. Confront what it is, you know. If it's needed from the response that you got, cut it off. If they can't be woman or man enough to tell you, you know what, that's something that I have a problem with, you know, that's something that that's one of my insecurities, and you know what, thank you for talking to me about it. That's something that I will definitely think of in the future. If they can't do that, they can't check themselves instead, they're going to be sitting here calling you all names in the book, you know, everything else in between, then, you know, don't be afraid to cut that off, okay? Are you insecure in your manhood? It's dangerous to stay bottled up no matter who you are. Honestly, like, mental health is super, super slept on, and not expressing yourself is totally not okay. Totally not okay for anybody that's involved, for you or anybody else. So get out a piece of paper and write down on one side the things you wish you could change right now. Next to it, I want you to write the things, from those things, the effect that it has on your everyday life. And I just want you to sit down with that list for a moment. So if you're watching this, not on the premiere, but if you're watching this on the replay, this is a good space to pause. And we're back. So healing power. Make peace with today and work towards tomorrow. Prioritize your goals. Never let the worst case in a woman that you might have an experience with be the most prevalent case in your mind. Because there's all different types of women, there's all different types of men, there's all different types of people. So you just gotta find something that is for you, who's on your level or the level that you want to be at. Also, he makes a lot of examples of a few different types of men that we talked about in chapter 1, and how this can work for you, and you have the right to be Mr. Right, not Mr. Perfect, which that's a little bit of getting ahead of myself, but even if you're thinking, you know, I'm gonna be a paper chaser, no man paper chases and is a celibate hermit. That's just like, no. Because a side of you loves that comfort, but is too afraid to invest in a woman because you're trying to, you know, work towards your financial goals, which that's good, but things play together, okay? There's something about the power of a woman, like a woman, not a basic, a woman, that with our energy, we can legit upgrade you, as Beyonce says, okay? We just have something about us that's a little bit mystical and, a little bit, really mystical, okay? Especially if we're awakened to our goddess consciousness. So, don't be afraid to be open to commit to that relationship, because that's something that you're craving anyway. Or you wouldn't be involved with a woman. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You wouldn't be involved in a relationship if that wasn't something that you crave. So not only, you know, treating a woman right will help you in business, but if you don't, if you half-ass a relationship, it's not gonna help with business. My folks always say, you know, do something right, or just don't do it at all, or do the whole thing, or don't do it at all. Because the way how you prove yourself to do one thing is the way how you will do all things, or the way how you will be seen to do all things. So do it right, okay? She deserves for you to invest time in her. You know, give her what she deserves and take time out. And don't feel guilty about the fact that you're taking time out for that. Because in essence, that's a part of you building your business, building your franchise. I know a lot of corporations look at like family life and stuff as such a big thing. And granted, you know, family life is very inspirational. And it one thing on, you know, The Godfather, it talks about, I actually learned this from Jay-Z's album. He talks about, you know, if you don't take care of your family, then you can't have wealth. So it's all a part of expanding that responsibility and leading you into the right direction. It's leading you into the right direction regardless. So don't feel like it's something distracting. Just, you know, prioritize your time and, you know, make the best with it. And the right woman would understand, and she'll be working on her own things that she has goals on. Possibly in my class, having more goals, you know what I'm saying? Possibly in a spa, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. Everything is everything, nevertheless. So, healing power is diving into self, exploring and understanding, and finally letting go. Find a way to fill a hole with knowledge and activity. Truly, there's like a bunch of ways to fix whatever you feel like can't be fixed. There's so many people that relate to you, and there's so many people who have created solutions for themselves. So don't feel isolated and think that you're the only one, even though it may feel like that in 2020. Definitely doesn't help. But there's so many solutions being made, and I'm sure there's many solutions today. So don't be afraid to do just that. How can you date a person on a deeper level when you're one conversation away from being triggered? And that is going to just take someone and make them think, what in the hell is going on? Like, are you serious? Like, I'm out of here. No. Okay? What else he asks is, can you keep your friend in your pants? You need to know who you are sexually. Are you able to admit that you can cheat? Or do you have it under control? Not that you can cheat, but are you able to admit that you're tempted to cheat. I mean, it's the 21st century. We got Instagram, Facebook, where everything's like a click away. We got OnlyFans. I'm just saying, like, it's no longer a hard way to figure out, you know, how to look at a woman without looking like a perv or anything like that. So it's really different for the 21st century. But are you able to admit that? And are you able, or are you willing to sacrifice lust for love? But what I love best of all, which definitely is something that I always look for, because I'm always one to face them, is, can you face your fears? Love fearless people, because that's only gonna keep me on the next level. Like, oh, what else are we gonna tackle today? I was so scared to do something and I did it, and I'm like super psyched that I did it, because I did it and it's over and I'm no longer afraid of it. So it's like awesome. But are you able to face your fears? The top trait of manhood is to go against the tide of fear and to get what you want. The key to attracting a quality woman is being bold enough to talk to her. The second way to keep her is to be able to open up to her emotionally, being vulnerable. A lot of relationships are romantic objects, okay? It's not like they don't even know anything about each other, or maybe she told her life story to this dude and he was just like, you know, I like french fries. I just like french fries. That's, you know, with the garlic on. That is not going to put you in a position to find your game changer. And if she's a game changer, she's not gonna stand there and let you just do that to her. Okay? Okay. So you are Mr. Right. After all of these different things of getting from A to B, and you've been rocking with me from like chapter 1 to now, you are Mr. Right. Not Mr. Perfect, but many qualities of the bench guys, whether that's you're introverted, or you just don't know what to say, or like, you know, like there's a list of you guys. You guys know who you are. And a lot of women say, you know, I wish I could find someone like you. You're Mr. Right, but not Mr. Perfect. But, you know, we're gonna definitely get you worked up so that you can put those aspirations and desires to the next level. And I hope that, you know, things are progressively working out mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and you guys are feeling an effect from this series, because I feel it, and it's from a guy's perspective. But I know if I have a son, these are the things that I would teach my son. Yeah. So that would be chapter 5. Chapter 6 would be 7 types of women to avoid. So that's what we'll be talking about for chapter 6. But I hope you guys enjoyed this series thus far, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.